What's going on, people? What's going on? Jada Black. I'm back at it. Now, I already see an idiot or idiots flowing in the chat room as if this video read Katt Williams says this or Katt Williams says that. This stream is in past tense, you morons. Before you get in the chat room looking dumb, understand that this title is a question. Because if you haven't seen what Katt Williams has said, why are you here? Like, why are you here? I just don't understand that. This title is a question. You should have already seen the video or heard the audio before you even got to my live stream. I just started a couple minutes ago. Jeez. What did he say? Why don't you go Google it, idiot? This is the wrong time to be getting on, that side of me where I have to check you. Because I don't mind checking anybody. I don't care who you are. How you gonna come to somebody's brand new live stream and ask them what Katt Williams said, like they didn't go and see it for themselves? Pandora, I'm on my time. They can go look at it themselves. I just looked at the video before I even did this live stream. I'm tired of stupid people commenting on my videos and live streams. And you wonder why people are able to over-maneuver you, move past you, do better than you, because you're sitting around waiting for some people to do the thinking for you, to do the research for you. People ask me about where I get my instrumentals all the time. Ashley, how about you go do some research? If I give you a title or something, you can go find it. I had to go find it myself. Let's see who's here. What's up, Soup Bone, Mr. Old School, Nevins, Nova, Darcy, Ralph, Ill Wills, Renee, Charm, Tony, the other Tony, Wanda, Take Man, Lynn, AJ. Let's see. Carlton, Bella, shout out to Bella, Renee, Stacy, Neon Eyes, what's going on? Let's see, Renee, Critic, the uploader, Aaron, let's see, Nova, Dark Void, Pandora, The Odd, Tomax, Young, Prince, Takara, Ricky E. What's going on? Shout out to the mods. I uploaded a video last night. I want people to understand, when I uploaded that video late last night, it was because it was something that has been on my mind for months, okay? It wasn't spur of the moment. It was stuff that's been going on. I finally got the time to record because the storm has moved. As a matter of fact, it barely grazed this city, but that's a whole nother story. So adventurous. But I am back. I am back. And I want people to understand that video that I did earlier was not an indictment on the women that support me. It is on the fake, fraudulent women who in my live stream for a little while, and then they'll pretend like they support you, and then they'll go and start supporting other people. That video was for them. And from the comments, I could tell. But shout out to all the females that support Jada Black. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, if you fake and you fraudulent, whether you're male or female, you're going to get called out. And I also, all right, long shots. I also am gonna make a video about you green with envy beta males. Your video's coming too. Okay, you dudes always talking about donations. We gonna talk about you too, but that's a whole nother video. We gonna get into this. Katt Williams. Katt Williams is one of my favorite comedians ever. Okay? Katt Williams is somebody who's naturally funny. I have always, thank you, Jagar. I have always found Katt Williams to be funny. He's probably one of the most funny natural comedians I've ever seen. Shout out to Neon Eyes. Says only a hit dog gonna holler. Exactly. Appreciate that, Neon. And it did from some of the names that I saw in the comment section. But I'm not gonna name names. From like maybe one or two. Okay. You know? But Katt Williams is funny. The way he roasted that female on the show who was sitting up there trying to big up Tiffany Haddish and try to sneak diss him a little bit. Katt Williams ain't one of those type of, he's a very petty guy. And when you are a comedian mixed with petty, some people are going to get roasted. Some people are going to get roasted. Now, that interview got that particular news station's channel 1 million views. So Katt Williams not only brought them more viewers, but buzz. More people are going to tune into their shows. Katt Williams actually helped that woman by roasting that woman. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Like the stream. What's going on, Maria? But Katt Williams was right when he said Tiffany Haddish does not have the experience of being on tour and going from city to city doing stand-up shows. She doesn't have that, but there are other women who got looked over, you know, who could do better. But he also said this, though. He said that he got offered $2 million to do his Netflix special because he sold about $2 million tickets. Not $2 million, but 2 million tickets. Okay? And that is why he said he got more. And in this situation, I think there are a lot of people who would agree with Katt Williams. And Katt Williams don't come off as a guy who's a liar. I mean, this guy wears his heart on his sleeve. This guy has gotten himself arrested for doing dumb things. We all know this. But that's just him. He's a very flawed individual. Dude said he got 7 kids. He said he's a single father. There's a lot of brothers out there who will talk crap about Katt Williams, ain't got custody of none of their kids. But Katt Williams, I'm a big fan of naturally funny people. Like Mike Epps to me seems naturally funny. That's why to me he will be funnier than a Kevin Hart. And y'all notice that some of these comedians who are more naturally funny have a beef with Kevin Hart because they feel like he's not authentic. Like, what's his name? Tracy Morgan? Tracy Morgan to me seemed like a naturally funny guy. Even go all the way back to when he was on the Martin show. Naturally funny guy. Yeah, he did. He says that Charlie Murphy was funny to me too. Yeah, he did say he can make a $60 meal for all his kids. Yeah, Hustle Man trusts Tracy Morgan. How many of y'all know about Hustle Man? What's happening, Chief? I can tell you. I'm about to do my Hustle Man impression. I think I do a good Hustle Man impression. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I would say this though. Katt Williams wasn't lying. I think a lot of people know that he wasn't lying when he was speaking on this. I don't think he has anything against Kevin Hart or Tiffany Haddish. I think he just feels like these people ain't funny. And he also mentioned how he has the most comedy specials out of any comedian. So he's definitely put the work in. He also says that he owns 100% of his comedy specials. And he says that that's why they don't promote it. But he makes he puts his own money into it and he owns it. No one is sponsoring what he does. And not a lot of people may not have known that. But I just think that some of this may have flew over people's heads. I don't think he was but he did say this though. I find this interesting. I did not know her ex-husband was white. I thought he was a brother because I think TMZ did an article. They had a brother next to her picture saying is her ex-husband. So I was assuming that was her ex. But she talks about how the only reason why she's getting pushed is because she loves white men, which is very interesting. She talks about how she wants to get it in with Brad Pitt, or Brad Pitt wants to sleep with her. And I bet that has some people in a bunch, as if he was lying, you know? If y'all don't know who Tiffany Haddish is, go Google her before you type in the chat. Seriously, though. I've seen this like a couple times, man. It's irritating. Her ex is black? Okay. Maybe Katt Williams has some inside info, or maybe that was what he got wrong, because in Tiffany Haddish's response, what was her response? Because she did respond, and she basically said that she'll see him Monday when they get their awards, and that he didn't have all the facts straight. So maybe that's what he didn't have straight. But again, he may have some more inside info that we don't know. Yeah, her husband is somebody. Y'all say he's black, right? Because that's what I thought. But then Katt Williams said her husband was black. Katt Williams said her husband. I was like, I did a video on that situation with her and her ex-husband. I think, isn't he a brother? But anyway, I think what Katt Williams was trying to say was, she's a stereotype. The way she carries herself is a stereotype. She's a stereotypical, just loudmouth, ratchet, hood, loving white men. I'm telling you, that's what it is. It's like she's a stereotypical black female that white people would think that they would think all black women are. And you mix in the fact that she's lusting after white dudes, according to Katt Williams. So she is the ultimate stereotype. And she's getting pushed. When you have other female comedians who do not hold themselves in that capacity. But I tell you what, though, there's plenty of black female comedians who are willing to do what Tiffany Haddish is doing. If those females could have the opportunity to do what she's doing publicly, to get ahead, they would do that. But also, Katt said that, in comedy, as a woman, your looks shouldn't matter whether you get pushed or not. But nowadays, I guess it matters. I guess it always has mattered. Even though they have never made Tiffany Haddish a sex symbol. Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed that they have never pushed her as a sex symbol? Even though she does look better than most of these black female comedians. Let's just be real. So I can't fault her for playing a role that she thinks is going to get her ahead. My thing is this. When it comes to you doing a comedy special that a lot of these guys take seriously, man, A lot of comedians take it very seriously when they see other people who aren't comedians trying to be comedians. They take it very seriously. Let's see what Kevin Hart said. Kevin Hart said in his response, let me see if I can play it so y'all can hear it.
Of my...
Hold on. Yeah, let me see. I'm going to put it on the screen so y'all can see this. But Kevin Hart was getting his hair cut, and he decided to weigh in on this situation. Because Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish, they have a movie coming out. So, of course, you know, he's going to go to bat for her. Let me see if I can get this so y'all can see it. Let's see. Get on this so y'all can see it. Oh, not that one. Yes, that one. Okay. Let's put this on screen. Let's see. All right. Now I'm going to play you what Kevin Hart said from his own mouth. If it plays. Let's see. Is it going to play? I guess it's not going to play.
Of my decided to embrace my sister when other people are choosing to frown and make an attempt.
Let me go right to the. Hold on, let me see if I can go right to the source. Because these third-party websites suck when you're trying to do this shit. But anyway, let's see. See if I can find it here. Where is it? Here it is. Jesus Christ, man. Hold on, but anyway, let me see. Let me get this off screen. I just have to read to you.
Of my decided to embrace my sister when other people are choosing to frown and make.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to read it to you. Let's see. Let's see the page of the website. So let me break it down to you because I love to support. I go back with Tiff. Hart said while getting his haircut, I remember the days when Tiffany Haddish was sleeping out of her car. I remember the days when Tiffany Haddish was homeless. I remember the days when Tiffany Haddish didn't have a dime in her goddamn pocket. Worked hard, grind, and got to where she is today. And at the height of her career, when most should applaud, most should celebrate who choose to down. Like I said, she's a co-star, so I can expect them to defend her. Listen, if somebody was co-starring with me, I would defend them too. I definitely would defend them. I wouldn't leave them out to dry. So I can see where he's coming from. But again, she's not really a comedian. And he talked about Girls Trip. What's up, Denise? Talked about Girls Trip and how the movie would have been funny whether she was in it or not. Now, to this day, I have not seen Girls Trip. I have not seen Girls Trip yet. But people liked it. But Kevin Hart said he read the script in 2004, and the movie would have been funny regardless. That's what he said. That's what he said, man. See, Tiffany Haddish also had a response for Kevin Hart. She tweeted the video of him speaking during the interview. And she said, "It's official. I made it at Katt Pack all day. Talked about me and didn't have his facts right. Hashtag L win. Hashtag she ready. No, hashtag I win. Hashtag she ready. I look forward to seeing you on Monday, Katt, when we pick up our Emmys. I just want to shower you with love, shower you with real love because you need it. And I love you," with the kissing emoji. So they're saying she's taking the high road, but is she really taking the high road? Or is she's giving a politically correct answer because she knows that she's going to see him? I agree. I've never laughed at anything Tiffany Haddish has done. I saw a video compilation of her doing stand-up when she was a teenager. I wasn't laughing then. So they have to do all this physical comedy. You know, Jim Carrey does a lot of that. Jim Carrey does a lot of physical comedy, you know. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who hustled to get into the comedy game. You got a lot of these guys who are starting off on Instagram, who started off on, you know, Vine and YouTube, you know, doing comedic short videos, who are now making it into comedy, you know. Now, I don't know. I'm not even a fan of a lot of these people. There's some of these guys who make these Facebook videos, these parodies, that are actually funny. I've laughed at. But these Just Hilariouses and some of these other people on Instagram, they're not funny, man. Like, female comedians, it's very rare to find a naturally funny female comedian. Like, Wanda Sykes to me is naturally funny. Okay? But I don't, you know, that's far and few in between. Yeah, Jim Carrey does have his moments. Yeah, he does. Say Marlon Wayans too. I think the funniest Wayans brother to me is Shawn Wayans. I think Shawn Wayans is like the funniest to me. Shawn Wayans and I think Shawn is probably the funniest out of the Wayans brothers. But Marlon's funny too. Yeah, Damon is funny too. Damon is definitely funny. Because Damon is naturally funny. Like, he doesn't go out of his way to be funny. You know? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. He went at Rail. He went at Gerard Carmichael, another guy that's not really funny. But his TV show with David Alan Grier was funny. I think David Alan Grier is very funny. I think David Alan Grier is very funny. I think he's a very naturally funny guy too. But man, he went at Rail like hard, man. Like, what did Rail do to you? No, dude, I said Shawn Wayans is naturally funny. I didn't say I would go watch his stand-up. This from off the cuff, when I've seen him do interviews and things and their movies, he just a little more funnier than Shawn. But dude, why would you go at Rail? Like, what did Rail do to you? What did Rail do to you, man? Like, Rail to me, you know, Rail is a guy who he can seem like a guy who can naturally make you laugh, you know, but he basically said that Rail isn't attractive enough. Y'all know how I feel about men judging other men's looks. Yeah, but I think Rail did a Netflix special. Gerard Carmichael did one. He thought Rail laughs at himself. But from what he said, Rail, I didn't even know Rail did a comedy special. Yeah, Yeah, Paul Mooney is definitely funny. He's one of the goats out here. He's definitely funny. And he writes his own. He wrote for other people. He write, you know. I'm a fan of people who can write the comedy and also do their own. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, what rail, I'm not a fan of judging men's looks. Like, what is the point of judging a man's looks, man? Come on, man. But I cannot say that Katt Williams wasn't honest. Katt Williams was very honest. You know? He's a very honest guy. And I really believe that, yeah, Hannibal Buress, he mentioned too. He mentioned people I guess he didn't feel like were funny. So I just feel like the comedy game is weird now because it took a lot to be in the comedy game. It took a lot. It don't take much to be in the comedy game no more. Like, it's so easy to go viral on social media. Next thing you know, you're on Wild 'N Out and you're doing stand-up. But I think also a lot of comedians, they want to cross over. They want to be funny to black people and they want to be funny to white people. There's not a lot of Dave Chappelle's that could be funny in front of anybody. And he also kind of defended, but at the same time, he spoke some real talk about Monique. He said that, you know, the reason why Monique only got offered $500,000 is because she only sold, you know, 300,000 in tickets, which I can believe. You know, Netflix wants to make money at the end of the day. Netflix wants to turn a profit. They want to make money. You know what I'm saying? And she could have used that opportunity to bolster herself socially by doing that Netflix special that would have helped her financially in a million different ways. But she didn't do that. What she chose to do was fight the power. And y'all know what happens when you fight the power. A lot of these people end up losing. They end up losing because they don't really have the right backing. They don't really have the right negotiating power. So they can't fight nobody. So why even try? You and your husband have made things worse for you. But as I've said, I'm a big fan of comedy, natural flowing comedy. You just don't see it anymore. Again, anybody can go viral on Facebook and Instagram and be on Wild 'N Out. And they, you know, gain a following. They go on, you know, these TV shows, and because one, these TV shows don't have no content, and because they ain't got no content, they use these guys. I saw Rice Gum on Wild 'N Out. That just shows you the level of comedy that we have these days, because that would be a show that you would expect there to be, you know, rising comedians, not people who went viral on social media. I want to see some of the people from Comic View come back, you know, and be on your show, Nick Cannon. But I get it. You know, you got a younger demographic that don't even know who Bruce is. Okay? They don't know about the guy. They don't know about some of these other guys, man. I think Cora Holcomb has been on Wild 'N Out and stuff like that before. Yeah, Lavelle. They don't know nothing about those guys, man. Patrice O'Neal was one of the funniest people I've ever heard, because he would speak real, and he would also make you laugh. And there's very few people that do that, and Katt Williams is one of those guys. Katt Williams is one of those guys who can do that. He can make you think sometimes, and he can make you laugh. Some of y'all should go look up some of the old video content from Patrice O'Neal. There are guys who are here on this platform who have tried to emulate Patrice O'Neal. I can sit and listen to Katt Williams all day. Tell they don't know about Sinbad. Nope. Because you don't find people like that anymore. Not everybody want to be politically correct. Nobody wants to speak real anymore. That's why Katt Williams is pretty much off to the side. Now, he has done some dumb things, gotten himself arrested for dumb things, but he does speak honestly when you speak to him. And the way he roasted that woman, Lord, what her name is? Katt Williams roasted that woman, man. Again, never agitate a comedian, okay? Never agitate a comedian. Her name is Wanda. I believe she's a comedian too. Yeah. Never agitate a comedian, because the one thing that's going to happen is that you're going to agitate people into getting yourself roasted. That's why I tell people, man, don't think that you're going to go tit for tat with no comedian, man. I don't care how funny you think people think you are. You know, when people are professionals at making other people laugh, they're going to use you, man. They'll pick you apart. Yeah, that guy, it was another comedian, I think his name was Red or something. And her co-host, they all was laughing at her. But he kept trying to go to a break, and Katt Williams, he let Katt Williams roast her. Because I think that dude low-key is tired of Wanda. I think he's tired of her. I think he wants to see somebody roast her. I think he wants to see somebody dig into her. You can just tell, like they kept trying to go to commercial, but then they would let Katt continue roasting her. He would roast her even more when they would try to go to break. He's like, So Frank knew that video would go viral. He did. And it did. That video has 1 million views. That video has 1 million views. So yeah. Because y'all know these chicks, you know, they like to take shots, you know what I'm saying? Especially at dudes, man. They like to take shots, you know, be clownish. And then when they get clowned, you know, people laugh at them. And a lot of people laughed at her. I don't think anybody felt sorry for her, not even her co-host. He was laughing too. He would say we going to a commercial break, but then allow her to get roasted even more. Y'all better leave these real comedians alone, man. Yeah, I know her name Wanda. I just had to remember real quick. But damn, man, it's like I bet everybody in the studio was laughing, but they was trying not to be seen by her. Yeah, she said she can cook some broccoli, and that's when he went in on her about cooking broccoli. It's just like you trying to pick a fight with a boxer, with a professional boxer. You think because you're a little bigger than the boxer that you can't get your ass whooped. Yes, you can. You think... Never fuck with a professional, man. A professional, no matter what position he's in life, he will have a little bit of a step over you. That his name Red Grant. He was laughing too. He was laughing the hardest. Dude was on the side laughing the hardest, man. He was on the side laughing the hardest, man. but he's a comedian too, so you know, I'm surprised he wasn't taking a shot in here and there, you know. Ain't nobody taking this chick's side at all, man. That's what's funny. Nobody's taking this chick's side at all. Yeah, let's get the likes up, people. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, this video, you subscribe, you click the notification bell. You know, I haven't done a stream in a couple days. If there any topics I need to see, y'all got to send it to the email, fam. I love to see comedians roast people because it's like, and Adrian says you're a new subscriber. Okay, cool, appreciate it. Now let me ask all of you in the chat room: who is a comedian who's rising, who you think could be the next, you know, Katt Williams or the next Mike Epps or the next Kevin Hart? I wonder what Tiffany Haddish is gonna say to Katt Williams when she see him. Like, what's she gonna say to this dude, man? Y'all know Katt Williams don't care, man. Katt Williams don't care, man. Katt Williams said, "I've caught a few L's publicly. I don't even care." He said Michael Blackson. Yeah, Michael Blackson is funny. I like Michael Blackson, man. Some of y'all may not. I think Michael Blackson cool. He can make fun of himself, man, and then make it seem funny. You know, there is no next Mike Epps. Everyone got their own style. Yeah, DC Fly. I mean, I have never found that guy funny. I mean, some of y'all may be. I mean, it's like, okay. Is a Nicki versus Cardi video get deleted? No. If you don't see that video from Cardi and Nicki, it's because I put it on private. Or it should be there. Cause I think I did a shorter video on, didn't I? Nah, that video is up, pal. My video is up. It's still there. Yeah, I never got the DC Fly guy. That Chris Rock is a GOAT. Chris Rock is definitely funny. He's very funny in stand up. I think he does better in stand up than probably like movie roles and shit. But he's very funny in stand up. Let's see. iDubbbz. Y'all got to put me on to who y'all think is funny out here. You know, I'm a big fan of comedy. Tony Rock is funny. Yeah, Tony Rock is cool too. I like Tony Rock. Yeah, Red Fox was the GOAT of GOATs. You know, you have King of Kings, you got GOATs of GOATs. You know? What's going on, Empty Wallet? Shout out to Empty Wallet. He's here. Chris Tucker's still on the road. Chris Tucker's on the road. I believe all of them on the road. Eddie Griffin. I think a lot of those guys still on the road. Chris Tucker's naturally funny, but I don't think he cares about making movies anymore. I think he cares more about doing comedy. He just does that now. Yeah, Bernie Mac was another guy who's, again, naturally funny. Yeah, Eddie was like, he was what Kevin, let me see, what Katt Williams now or Kevin Hart is now. He was that in the 80s. That's what Eddie Murphy was that in the 80s. This guy asking why black people. Why do people come in people's chat rooms and say dumb stuff? Like, you're not going to be seen. You know? You want to make me laugh? Say something dumb in the chat where nobody can see it. That would make me laugh, fam. Eddie Murphy was the actual. Yeah, Eddie Murphy was. He was in blockbuster movies and he was doing comedy. He was a double threat almost. Chris Tucker inspired DC. I could see that. I could see DC because he sort of emulates Chris Tucker in a way. You know. 10 the 90s. Okay. What's going on, Verna? Hey, make sure y'all go subscribe to my other channel. I'm not going to be always doing streams over here. I know I've been doing streams over here recently, but I'm going to go back to doing streams on other channels. So y'all might want to go subscribe to it. Air Spears is a great comedian. Air Spears is cool. Yeah, Cedric is very funny too. I'm a fan of Cedric too. Cedric is very funny. Most of the stuff I've seen Cedric in has been funny. You know, I can see why people like to have him in their movies, or you know why he's able to get TV shows of his own. The guy is funny. DC Curry. Yeah, I haven't seen one female comedian name in the chat yet. I can tell y'all not a fan of them. You know? But that's because Cedric has changed over the years. Cedric used to go hard, but he's changed over the years. Adele Givens. Yeah, that's a blast from the past right there. Amy Schumer. That's funny. DL Hughley was funny, but now since he's trying to be a leader of the conscious community, I just don't find him funny. Niecy Nash funny. I like Niecy Nash. Niecy Nash is cool. She was in what's that show called? Reno 911. I used to like that show on TV. Even though the show was like weird. It was a very weird show. Very weird show. We need an infusion of talented comedians. We just don't have it these days. Some more is funny. I still think Monique could do comedy circles around a lot of these females today. I think that's why her ego is as big as it is, you know. Yolanda Sykes is funny. She's one of the few funny female comedians I've seen over the last 10 years. Because she used to write. People don't understand. She was a writer, too. She wrote for people, too. Just Hilarious just looks funny. Just Hilarious looks funny, but she's not funny. Just Hilarious look as funny as she ain't. and the thing is that she has her superpower is her being unattractive to people. That's her superpower. That's her superpower, man. I'll tell you, there's very few female comedians that are actually attractive out here in the street. Now, if she put makeup on and doll herself up, she probably would look decent. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, I've seen her with a whole bunch of makeup on and shit like that. I'm like, okay, is that her? Oh, okay. But when she trying to make videos, trying to roast people, looking like she do, she needs to sit all the way down and fall all the way back. You can't be trying to roast people when you look like a roast. You look roastable. On a scale of 1 to 10, he's about a 8.5 roastable. These roastable on a scale of 1 to 10, she's 8.5. Yeah, I like Lunel. She has a good personality. Yeah, I could definitely see Lunel being right now one of the top like funniest female comedians out there because she's natural about it, and but she can be down to earth and talk to you. Cheryl Underwood. Just got that cute bald headed thing on. Oh, so she went bald? I didn't know that. I didn't know she went bald. I don't know who that is, bro. Raheem, I gotta be honest. Shout out to everybody that is here. Appreciate that. We got 380 people in here. Can y'all hit the like button? Subscribe if you haven't. I've seen a couple people subscribing. Can we get a few more? I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all ain't been subscribed to me that long. Don't see you that much. She was on Night Court. I mean, Raheem, if you know who she is, good for you, bro. Jamie Foxx cool. Jamie Foxx cool. What's up, Jessica? Well, like I said, man, if there's anything that I need to see, yeah, if she went bald, I'm gonna have to check her out. Maybe she looks better bald. I don't know. But she can't be making videos talking about roasting somebody. Come on, you was a whole roast and a half. I just hate when people try to clown other people when they need to look in the mirror. Yeah, Jamie's a guy who's funny too. He's a mixture of physical comedy and natural comedy. But he's been more of an actor than, going out on tour. He's more in the acting department. Michelle Wolf, I don't think that she's talented enough. Didn't her show get canceled? That lets you know everything you need to know. She ain't got no audience. Michelle Wolf has no talent. She doesn't have an audience. She got that job because of what she said at that correspondence dinner. No one's checking for her like that. Yeah, Jamie is very good at it. He's, like I say, he's naturally he's a comedian at heart. He's a naturally comedian at heart. Shout out to everybody that's here, man. I've been, we've been laughing, I've been laughing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta laugh whenever things are like not always the best. That's why I like comedy so much. Comedy always gives you an opportunity to just kick back and laugh. But the thing about Kevin though, his work ethic is what keeps him above people. Like he does comedy shows, but he does movies. He has a YouTube page where he does comedy skits. I think on IGTV he does comedy skits. He has a work ethic. The dude doesn't just collect a check and go home. I mean, this guy is constantly working, and that is why he continues to get pushed because he's willing to do whatever work they want him to do. Right, laughter is definitely the best medicine. Absolutely. Kevin works extremely hard, and until somebody comes along and works as hard as he does, he's going to continue to be at the top. Okay, Charm. Shout out to Venturous One. Stop, Jay. Start recording, Jay. Next super chat coming. Okay. Shout out to everybody that's here, man. Shout out to all the new people I've seen. I think that Kevin Hart, his work ethic is going to keep him where he's at. Yeah, let's get the likes up. And until somebody comes along and outworks him, he's going to continue to be at the top. These Hollywood types, they want people who are going to be able to go and promote, who's going to be able to record movies, and is going to be there, who's going to be able to put the energy into it. Because it takes a lot of energy to be out there. And some people just ain't willing to do it. Just look at Monique. She was unwilling to do it. Look where she's at. You got to keep your name out there, man. Yeah, Darnell, I'm cool, man. I'm cool, man. It still got some stuff going on around the areas, but, you know, I'm here, so. I tell you, hard work does pay off. Just ask Kevin Hart. Just ask him. Hard work pays off. You got to get out there. You got to grind, man. Shout out to Ventures One again. Says Jess Heat Larry S. Beauty is challenged with makeup. Jess E. Her name is Jessie Larry. So shout out there, bro. She got an audience. People like her, you know. People like her. So, you know. People like Jess, you know. People like Jess. Stop milking something you're not in. I know for me, I think that the only thing that people may have a problem with is that he went at, maybe because he went at a female, but there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who agree with him who are not fans of Tiffany Haddish. I don't think Tiffany Haddish's fan base is that big. I don't think her base is that big. I think she has a base. See that? Attention seekers. Let me ask y'all something. Whenever it comes to these type of topics, there's always some emotional male that's gonna be upset about it because he has no talent. He'll never get anywhere, you know. He don't like Kevin Hart for whatever reason, don't like Tiffany Haddish, he doesn't like Katt Williams. But what do all three of those people have in common? They work harder than they do. Okay? And that's what you're gonna notice, okay? There's always the people who lazy, don't want to do nothing in life, that blame everybody else. They're the main ones talking the most shit. But over 300 people wanted to come see what I was talking about. You know? I know that make you mad. But Katt Williams was spot on too. I just think that the whole talking about Rail's looks. I mean, I'm not a fan of dudes talking about other dudes' looks and who's ugly and who's attractive. Like, okay, so if he's an attractive man to you, what does that prove? I mean, do you think there are attractive male comedians out there, Kat? That's the only thing that I'm looking at this with a side eye with, you know. Looking at that with the side eye, you know. Shout out to Darnell James, says well deserved. Appreciate that, Darnell. Tiffany Haddish, they plan to replace the last one, Leslie. Y'all know Leslie Jones has been quiet ever since that debacle with Ghostbusters. Ever since Ghostbusters was a flop, you haven't heard anything from Leslie Jones. It's almost like they've pushed her to the background, you know? It's like, okay, we don't need you anymore. We got Tiffany Haddish. We got Tiffany Haddish. We don't need you anymore. We don't need you anymore. We got Tiffany Haddish. She looks better than you. She likes white men, allegedly. You know? I knew that most comedians in the Def Comedy Jam could have been huge in this area. They could have, Chris, because a lot of them they were on the road. They weren't doing movies. They weren't, they were on the road. A lot of those guys were funny, but their brand of comedy wouldn't work in this PG, PC society. I mean, this PC society would not allow those comedians to be great. Because they talked about a lot of things that they wouldn't be able to get away with on TV. Even on Netflix, Okay, true, AT Alien. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, Leslie Jones was not a good representation of not only black female comedians, but black females. She was not a good representation at all. And Tiffany Haddish is even worse. Because she's out there just being a complete stereotype. Even Kevin Hart don't act like a stereotype. He just goes out trying to be as funny as he can be. But he doesn't take it to the level of being a stereotype. The only stereotype he has is him being short. You don't see him being, hypersexual. You don't see him out there trying to act like a little tough guy. He just out there trying to make people laugh. Cracking jokes. But I don't know if it's just female comedians got to be hypersexual. Okay, Chris J. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the well wishes from everybody. Industry plants. I don't know if there's a such thing as a industry plant. I know there are people who get pushed and people who don't. There are people who are going to get pushed because they think they can make money off of those people. People think they can make money off Kevin Hart. That's why you see Kevin Hart in so many movies. When I say Kevin Hart isn't a stereotype, I'm saying he's not walking in no interview with his pants sagging, looking dusty. You know what I'm saying? Like, the stereotype they have about black men. White people are comfortable with Kevin Hart. That's why white people embrace him and go see his movies and his comedy shows. Do y'all see the crowds at comedy shows? There's a lot of white people at those shows, especially the televised ones. Because remember, they're filming those during a actual comedy show. But the guy he's everywhere. He promotes himself. You got to be a self-promoter out here. You want to be in everybody's mind and everybody's face in order to maintain yourself. This is what Nicki Minaj is doing. Nicki Minaj is doing the radio show because she wants to be on the tips of everybody's tongue. She wants to be viral every day or every other day. So they are making money off Kevin. That's why you see Kevin Hart in all these movies. Because he's out there. He's very visual. He's very marketable. White people are comfortable with him. White people do spend a lot of money. Okay? Look at the movie Jumanji. That movie did almost $1 billion. Him, Dwayne Johnson, but he was the star of the film. I watched that film. He was the star of the film. That's why they're doing Jumanji 2. You know, they didn't need to do a Jumanji 2. To me, he was the guy. What's going on, Shelly? He was the guy in that film. I saw that movie. He was the guy. White, like I say, they're making that movie with him in mind. It wouldn't surprise me if the story is mostly him. You can count on Kevin Hart to not get in trouble. Now, he did, have a situation with his wife, but other than that, he's not the one to get in trouble. Okay? So I'm telling y'all, you can't make money just off of being in front of black crowds. You're gonna have to cross over to make that millions, to make those upper echelon money. You know what I'm saying? Tiffany Haddish is trying to do the same thing. Tiffany Haddish is trying to do exactly what Kevin Hart is doing. That's why she does some of the things she does. She's trying to copy that same blueprint, but she's going deeper into it. She's using her female sexuality in order to do it. Martin Lawrence is back doing stand-up. I wouldn't mind seeing his stand-up. I think he's going to air one of his stand-ups, his recent stand-up soon. Yeah, of course. You definitely have to get the eye of black people. You have to be the guy. You have to be the guy of black people before they say, hey, look at Migos. Migos became big a couple years ago, right? Then they're performing at, all these events that are mostly white because they were able to cross over. Drake has he crossed over years ago, but he's very crossover. It wouldn't surprise him. Most of his audience was non-black. But he still has a large amount of black fans. Just look at the brothers who sits up there and support this guy no matter what. They'll act like the whole beef with him and Pusha T never happened. That's how big of a base of blacks he still has. But yeah, Migos was able to cross over too. I mean, they're at all these events and all these parties with these elites. What's going on, Shelly? Shout out to Shelly. They're very visual, Cardi's being replaced by Dream Girl. Really? Now she do got over 1 million followers, and I don't know much about Dream Doll, but yeah, he squashed the beef with Meek because Meek ain't with Nicki no more. Like, that's over and done with, and I think he just wants to squash beef with people. Because I think Drake wants to be everybody's friend. Drake don't want enemies, man. He wants to be the Jay-Z of this generation. Like, he wants to be the guy that all these other guys look up to and want to work with. And that's not the case, and that's why he gets into these beefs. You said Migos didn't cross over? Right. Go to a Migos show and tell me how many black to white ratio you see. They performed at a Netflix. They performed at a Netflix premiere. Like, come on, man. Migos are over. They are way over. They are over. White people listen to rap music just as much as black people. Don't get it twisted. Just because they're white don't mean they don't listen to. Yes, they do. They tried to hit up He did, Chris. I didn't know that, but it wouldn't surprise me. Drake always trying to bag any female with either a name or she's on Instagram. Like he deals with regular chicks, thizots, single mothers. Like he'll smash them all. Drake will smash them all. Drake will smash them all. Yeah, I don't listen to the radio though. I go and search out my own music that I like on various platforms, But make sure y'all follow me if you support the platform on these platforms. You say, dude, come to Seoul, Korea. They know the lyrics to all the popular songs better than black people. There's a lot of artists who are making money overseas. A lot of these rappers and R&B singers, they make a lot of their money overseas. Overseas is where their money gets made. Wow. Said Drake is part Jew and black. It is in his nature to sleep with anything that walks. You see, I look at his baby mother. Hip hop is a big part of the culture, man. No matter what community you come from, the culture is hip hop, man. It was like that when I was in high school. I noticed the shift in culture when I was in high school. That's where I noticed the shift in culture. The culture was shifting, and I could sense it. Even when I was in high school, about 11 years ago, 12 years ago, I noticed the shift then. So how do you think it is now? How y'all think it is now? The culture is completely, they've embraced hip hop. Why do you think you have so many non-blacks and biracials all over hip hop? You got Cardi B, this female, if you were to be honest, if she was to be honest, she doesn't identify herself as being anything black. Okay? She only identifies herself as being what she is. She's a Hispanic female. She acts like one. She is one. She's from, neighborhood, a place that, similar to her in culture and looks and all that. Dude, I did not say 2000. God damn. Some of y'all ain't listening. I said 11, 12 years ago. 11 years ago was 2007. 11 years ago was 2007. Can you count? Lord. Nobody said 2000. No, it ain't. Who said 2000 in the chat? Let me see if somebody said 2000 in the chat. Oh, okay, David Little. My bad. But still. I only no, I was just joking, bro. But for me, like, growing up, hip hop was something that we as black people liked. But when I got to high school, I noticed the shift. I noticed it. And the shift to me is what you see today. You when you go and let's say that you're at the movies or you're in a line and you will see white people. You may hear them like mumbling words to a rap song. When turn their cars on, you hear the music that's playing. You know? So it's the culture's changed from Honduras here. And I know. Okay, Belly, you say you from Honduras. Okay. Honduras. You know. But yeah, man, I think for a while now it's been changing. Like you see the fruits of that with your Tekashi 6ix9ines and your Lil Pumps and Lil Xans. Like this is hip hop now. You got Eminem putting out songs and him only getting responses from a white rapper. Like, what's going on, Rebecca? Yeah, I'm good, Rebecca. Appreciate you for asking. Like, this is hip hop? Where are you brothers at to respond to Eminem? Why are you brothers hiding? Mm-hmm. Unless you didn't take what he said seriously. But a lot of you brothers is hiding. I don't know why you're hiding, but you were hiding. Now, the MGK diss song wasn't really a diss song. It was sort of like a response. Eminem's song was a diss song, but it had some emotion into it. It really did. Eminem was very emotional, but he did go at him. But where was you brothers at? This was the right time for you black men to reclaim hip hop. And what did you do? You passed the torch to a white rapper. That says a lot. Yeah, Joe Budden is very scared because Joe Budden knows Eminem knows him. So them going back and forth, I think he was afraid. And it's like, dude, why are you afraid? You could have reclaimed hip hop from this, what y'all say is a culture vulture. You could have reclaimed hip hop from a culture vulture. What do? You run. You had a perfect opportunity. But you care more about your position in hip hop than trying to reclaim your culture. It's because a lot of y'all don't care about hip hop culture. You're just trying to milk it for what you can milk it for. But it took a white rapper to respond to him. That says a lot about what's going on right now. These guys think they got so much to lose that they said, you know, we're not going to respond. So they chose not to respond. So this guy still is your hip hop king, right? Mm-hmm. So what is MGK? Is he a hip hop prince? I mean, what? Addie says half these niggas don't write their lyrics, Jay. How are they gonna come back at anybody? You know, that's interesting. You know, there are a few guys who do write, and there's a few guys who don't. But, you know, that's why the guys who are lyrical, like your Joe Buddens, had a perfect opportunity to reclaim his place in hip-hop, or claim a place, because he never really had one, but claim his place in hip-hop, and he just, I don't want that smoke. Eminem was looking for smoke, and you gave him none. So he proved that he is your king. He is your hip-hop king. You say nothing. I don't want to hear nothing about y'all talking about culture vultures. You got Lord Jamar talking about culture vultures. But bruh, are you going to do any shows about these brothers not going at Eminem? Or has he done that? Y'all can tell me in the chat. Has Lord Jamar made any live streams or videos about, you know, these rappers not going at Eminem? But they want to talk about culture vultures. But from what I understand, Joe Budden got punked on his show by Remy Ma. Remy Ma sort of ribbed him for not going at Eminem. But I just want to know if Lord Jamar is going to do another show about culture vultures. But these brothers didn't, is he going to go at these brothers for not saying nothing about, about Eminem? Is he going to do another show about that? Or is he going to make all these shows about culture vultures and protecting, what about these rappers who said fuck hip hop and didn't go at Eminem? Lord Jamar, some of you other guys. I don't want to hear nothing about no culture vultures. I don't care anymore. Y'all had a perfect opportunity to go at Eminem and reclaim hip hop, and you didn't. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody being a culture vulture. You had the perfect opportunity and you were afraid. You were scared. You wanted to protect your career because you didn't want to lose whatever battle this was. So all you dudes in hip hop, you too, T.I., talking about people being culture vultures, I don't want to hear nothing about no culture vulturing. A lot of these rappers were scared. I don't want to hear nothing about no culture vulturing. Nothing. You had your opportunity and you did not take it. You had an opportunity and you blew it because you don't care about the culture. You're just saying something just to be saying, just so you get some retweets and comments. You don't say nothing about the fact that you got people culture vulturing. You have an opportunity to go at them, destroy them, and you cower away, you hide. Yeah, he did bring out Iggy Azalea. But he denounced her too. He no longer does anything with her. He wants nothing to do with her. So I don't want to see no more news articles about who's culture vulturing. I don't care. Y'all had the opportunity to go at Eminem. Y'all took his side. Y'all talk, oh, Eminem is the greatest ever. Oh, look at this diss track. Oh my God, he just went in. Oh my God, Eminem is the GOAT. That's all I saw from black people. All I saw black people doing was sitting up there bigging up Eminem. And then when MGK came out with his diss, y'all bigging up MGK like he's the next great, new rapper out here. And I'm saying to myself, what is going on with hip hop? Where is your pro-black rappers? Where are the pro-black rappers? All you conscious J. Cole and the rest of y'all, where was y'all at? Y'all were nowhere. Y'all was sitting up there hiding, talking about, oh yeah, I like Eminem, he's the best. Okay, what about Kamikaze? What's going on with that? With what he's saying about y'all? He's challenging you brothers, and he made y'all look small compared to him. So I don't want to hear nothing about culture vulturing anymore. I don't care. They had every reason to go at Eminem because Eminem challenged them. Eminem challenged them. They didn't respond. They wanted to protect what they had. They wanted to protect what they had. If you listen to Eminem's diss track, he did not expect MGK to diss him. He didn't. Because y'all know black rappers, they go each other for the dumbest things. It's always a dumb reason why these rappers go at each other. It's always a dumb reason why they go at each other. Joe Budden, he mentioned Joe Budden by name. And Joe Budden is like, man, I have a good life. I'm not out here rapping no more. Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe. I know a lot of the black rappers are co-signing those, but they're the same ones that will talk about how their culture is being infiltrated, and you know what I'm saying, their culture vulturing, and you know, it's like, but you got a white rapper calling y'all out. And that MGK song, that diss wasn't even that strong, but people are like acting like that was Ether 2.0. They're treating that MGK diss like it's Ether 2.0. No, it's not. It's not even Ether 0.05. Come on, man. Jeez, man. What happened to hip hop in 2018? We need to talk about that. Talk about what happened to hip hop, man. We got to talk about it, family. Yeah, it took Remy Ma, a female rapper, to call out Joe Budden. Just let that sink in. Because she's a bit old school herself. And she's trying to figure out why these grown men hiding, trying not to say nothing, because they're afraid that Eminem's going to beat them in a rap battle. Because they know that Eminem has the crowd. Eminem has the crowd. I think Remy Ma would have made a diss record. I think Remy Ma would have made a diss record if he had went at her. Some of y'all guys hide and waiting for somebody else to diss him. Come on, man. That's some clown shit, man. And let me tell y'all something too. Some of these guys who are actually supporting Eminem publicly, privately, they want to see somebody wash him. They want to see somebody, defeat him. Like, they want to see that. What's up, Patricia? Kenny, what's going on? Shout out to all the new people. Remy used to battle raps. I don't think she battle raps anymore. She used to. But you see, this is the state of the entertainment industry, man. You black brothers are allowing non-blacks into your communities to run shit and to talk shit. And y'all standing by like, at least I'm getting my money, though. That's true. It says true black people feel secure fighting amongst themselves. They fear the ultimate repercussion of getting sunned by a white guy. That's what it seems. I know Eminem was a battle rapper, but I think somebody responding to him caught him off guard. So I think any of y'all could have went at him. But the rap industry is full of people who don't care about the industry. They're just trying to get paid. That's the only thing they care about, is getting paid. That's the only thing they care about. No one cares about the industry and the culture. They only care about the culture if they're pushing an agenda. If they're pushing an agenda, they give a shit. why 50 Cent acting like, because, you know, he's made a lot of money with Eminem, you know. He's made a lot of money with Eminem. But yeah, man. We talked about Katt Williams, and I touched on Eminem and MGK and the beefing back and forth. I'm not gonna make no video on it. I'm a little late on it, so I'd rather just talk about why I'm live. But I'm telling you right now, the way hip hop is today, it makes you miss the days when these guys weren't afraid of each other. When these guys would go back and forth with each other, they would make response music to each other. They weren't afraid to go at each other. Nowadays, these guys are afraid with a capital A. Afraid. Okay? Yeah, Katt Williams, I believe he was honest. He said some things. I'm like, you know, okay. But he was honest. So that's all we can really ask for. You know, that's all we can really ask for. Can't really ask for anything else. You know, he was being truthful and honest about it. So. But shout out to everybody. So I'm about to go ahead and wrap this up. I appreciate everybody for coming through. And I'll see y'all on the next live stream, all right? Make sure you subscribe to the other channels. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, especially Twitter, because you get notifications extremely quickly. Extremely quickly. So make sure y'all go and do that.